Hi Mark, I am Tim. My Chinese name is Ji Yu. My student number is S0641052. I'm a freshman, major in English. I'm going to read a speech, a smog vacuum cleaner, and other magical city designs. The speaker's name is Daan Roosegaarde. Do you remember those glow-in-the-dark little stars which you had on the ceiling when you were a boy or a girl? Yes, it is light. It is pure light. I think I stared at them way too long when I was a 5-year-old, you know? It's so beautiful. No energy bill, no maintenance, it is there. So 2 years ago, we went back to the lab, making it more durable. More light emitting with the experts. And at the same time, we got a request from this guy, Van Gogh, the famous Van Gogh Foundation, who wanted to celebrate his 125th anniversary in the Netherlands. And they came to me and asked, can you make a place where he feels more alive again in the Netherlands? And I liked the question a lot. So in a way, we sort of started to connect these two different worlds. This is how my brain works. By the way, laughter. I would love to keep on doing these for an hour. But okay, laughter. This is the result that we made, a bicycle pass which charges at daytime via the sun and glows at night, up to 8 hours. Applause. Thank you. Hinting towards a future which should be energy friendly and linking up the local grounds as Van Gogh literally worked and lived there in 1883. And you can go there every night for free. No ticket needed. People experience the beauty of cycling through the starry night, thinking about green energy and safety. I want to create places where people feel connected again, and it was somehow great to make these projects happen with the industry, with the infrastructure companies. So when the shakes of Qatar started to go, how much for 10 kilometers? Laughter. Yeah, really. That's a weird kill you're going to get, but it's fascinating that this is not just a sort of one-off, nice-to-have spatial. I think this kind of creative thinking, these kinds of connections, is the new economy. The World Economic Forum, the think tank in Geneva, did an interview with a lot of smart people all around the world, asking, what are the top 10 skills you and I need to become successful? And what is interesting? What you see here. It's not about money or being really good in C++. Although these are great skills to have, I have to admit. But look at number 3, creativity. Number 2, critical thinking. Number 1, complex problem solving. All the things a robot or a computer is really bad at, and this makes me very optimistic, very hopeful for the new world. Not as we will live in this hyper-technological world, our human skills, our desire for empathy, our desire for curiosity, our desire for beauty will be more appreciated again. And we will live in a world where creativity is our true capital. And a creative process like that, I don't know how it works for you, but in my brain, it always starts with a question. Why? Why does a jellyfish emit light? Or a firefly? Or why do we accept pollution? This is from my room in Beijing 3 years ago. Left image is a good day. Saturday, I can see the cars and the people, the birds, life is okay in a dense urban city. And on the right image, holy moly, pollution, complete layers. I couldn't even see the other side of the city, and this image made me really sad. This is not a bright future we envision here at TED. This is the horror. We live 5 to 6 years shorter. Children have lung cancer when they're 6 years old, and so in a weird, beautiful way. I, at that moment, became inspired by Beijing smog. And the governments all around the world are fighting their war on smog, but I wanted to make something within the now. So we decided to build the largest smog vacuum cleaner in the world. It sucks up polluted air, cleans it, and then releases it. And we built the first one so that it sucks up 30,000 cubic meters per hour, cleans it on the nano level, the PM 2.5, PM10 particles, using very little electricity, and then releases the clean air. So we have parks, playgrounds, which are 55 to 75% more clean than the rest of the city. Applause. Yes, applause. And every month or so, it opens like a spaceship, like a Marilyn Monroe with the, well, you know what, anyway, laughter. So this is the stuff we are capturing. This is Beijing smog. This is in our lungs right now. If you live next to a highway, it's the same as 17 cigarettes per day. Are we insane? When did we say yes to that? And we had buckets of this disgusting material in our studio, and on a Monday morning we were discussing. We were like, shit, what should we do with it? Should we throw it away? Like, help! And then we realized, no, 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 no. Waste should not exist. Waste for the one should be food for the other. So here, maybe show it around. Do not put this in your coffee. Laughter. And we realized that 42% is made out of carbon. And carbon, of course, under high pressure, you get diamonds. So inspired by that, we compress it for 30 minutes. Cracking sound. And make smoke-free rings. Laughter. And so by sharing, yeah, really. And so by sharing a ring, you donate 1,000 cubic meters of clean air to the city the tower is in. Applause. I have one here. Applause. A little floating cube. I will give one to you. I'm not going to propose. Don't worry. Laughter. Are we good? You can show it around. And we put this online. Kickstarter campaign, crowdfunding, and people started to pre-order it. But more importantly, they started to prepay it. So the finance we met with the jury helped us to realize to build the first tower, and that's powerful. So the activator, it was the enabler. Also, the feedback from the community. This is a wedding couple from India where he proposed to her with the smoke-free ring as a sign of true beauty, as a sign of hope. And she said yes. Laughter. I love this image so much for a lot of different reasons. Laughter. And right now, the project is touring through China, actually with the support of China's central government. So the first goal is to create local clean air parks, and that works already quite well, 55-75% more clean. And at the same time, we team up with the NGOs, with the governors, with the students, with the tech people to say, hey, what do we need to do to make a whole city smoke-free? It's about the dream of clean air. We do workshops, new ideas pop up. These are smoke-free bicycles which I'm Dutch, yes. I have this bicycle DNA inside of me somewhere, and so it sucks up polluted air. It cleans it and releases it in the fight against the car in the celebration of the bicycle. And so right now, we're working on a sort of package deal, so to speak, where we say smoke-free towers, smoke-free rings. We go to the mayors or the governors of this world and say we can guarantee a short-term reduction of pollution between 20 and 40%. Please sign here right now. Yes. Applause. Thank you. Applause. So it's all about connecting new technology with creative thinking. And if you start thinking about that, there is so much you can imagine, so much more you can do. We worked on dance floors which produce electricity when you dance on them. We did the design for that, 2008. So it moves 8 or 9 millimeters, produces 25 watts. The electricity that we generate is used for the lighting of the DJ booth. So some of the sustainability is about doing more, not about doing less. But also on a larger scale, the Netherlands, where I'm from, we live below sea level. So because of these beauties, the Afsluitdijk, 32 kilometers built by hand in 1932, we live with the water, we fight with the water, we try to find harmony, but sometimes we forget, and therefore we made water leeches, a combination of LEDs and lenses, which show how high the water level would be. Global change, if we stop, if today we all go home and we say, oh, whatever, somebody else will do it for us, or we'll wait for government or whomever. We're not going to do that. It goes wrong. And we placed these in public spaces all around the world. Thousands of people showed up. Applause. Thank you. You're too nice. You're too nice. That's not good for a designer. So thousands of people showed up, and some actually were scared and they left, like experienced the floods in 1953, and others were mesmerized. Can we make floating cities? Can we generate electricity from the change in tides? So I think it's so important to make experiences, collective experiences, where people feel connected with a vision, with a future, and trigger what is possible. At the same time, these kinds of things, they're not easy. Yes, it's a struggle. And what I experience in my life is that a lot of people say they want innovation and they want the next and the new, the future. But the moment you present a new idea, there is this weird tendency to reply to every new idea starting with two words, which are audience guesses. Now, not how much, it's more annoying. Laughter. What is it, guys? Or you're really blessed people. That's really good. Yes, but. Very good. Yes, but it's too expensive, it's too cheap, it's too fast, it's too slow, it's too beautiful, it's too ugly. It cannot be done. It already exists. I heard everything about the same project in the same week, and I got really, really annoyed. I got a bit of gray hair, started to dress in black like a true architect. Laughter. And one morning, I woke up and I said, Dan, stop. This is dragging you down. You have to do something with this. You have to use it as an ingredient, as a component, and so we decided to realize the famous yes but chair. Laughter. And this is an existing chair by Friese Kramer, a Dutch design, but we gave it a little update, a little hike, so to speak. We place a little voice recognition element right here, so the moment you sit on that chair and you say those two horrible, creative, destructive, annoying little words. Laughter. You get a short laughter, but pretty intense little shock on the backside of your bottom. Laughter, applause, and applause. And that works. Yeah, that works. Some clients have left us. They got really mad. Fortunately, the good ones have stayed. And of course, we also apply it to ourselves. But ladies and gentlemen, let's not be afraid. Let's be curious. Yes? And walking through TED in these days and hearing the other speakers and feeling the energy of the crowd, I was remembering this quote of the Canadian author Marshall McLuhan, who once famously said, on spacecraft Earth, there are no passengers. We are all crew, and I think this is so beautiful. This is so beautiful. We're not just consumers, we're makers. We make decisions, we make new inventions, we make new dreams. And I think if we start implementing that kind of thinking even more within today, there's still a whole new world to be explored. All right, thank you. Applause. Thank you. Applause.